Good morning students, hope everyone is doing good. In this session you are going to see class 12th mathematics CBSE chapter 4 determinants, in that one concept which is adjoint and inverse of a matrix. Adjoint and inverse of a matrix. In the previous session, in the previous video, you have seen how to find out minor and cofactors of an element in the determinant. If you take an element in the determinant, how to find out the minor and cofactor of the determinant. The definitions was explained very clearly and we have done some examples also, but you will have to practice a lot. In that exercise also one exercise was there, that is exercise 4.4. Hope everyone has done that exercise 4.4. With that thorough practice you will understand that adjoint and inverse of a matrix. Now I am explaining whatever it is. Now in the very first, what is the definition of adjoint of a matrix? Definition of adjoint of a matrix. See that adjoint of a square matrix means, from this one you understood that we can find out adjoint only for a square matrix. Hope understood. Is denoted by adjoint. We denote adjoint of square matrix by adjoint here. That means adjoint is also a matrix. See, because and it is the, how to find out? It is the transpose of the matrix obtained by replacing elements by their corresponding cofactors. That means if you take a matrix A is equal to A, B, C, D, we have to find out another matrix which should contain its cofactors and we should transpose it. Transpose adjoint is it is transpose of the matrix obtained by, how we are obtaining a matrix. It is a transpose of a matrix obtained by replacing elements. One elements are there, A, B, C, D, like that elements are there, right? We should replace those elements. We should replace those elements by their corresponding cofactors. Like for example, if I am taking one example here, A, B, C, D. Adjoint A is a matrix. It is transpose of a matrix replacing A, B, C, D by their corresponding cofactors. What is cofactor of A? What is cofactor of A? Is D. Cofactor of B is minus C, because minus 1 power 1 plus 2 is minus 1. So, minus will come, minus C, because it is a 1 2 first row second column element, C will come, but it is a cofactor sign criteria we have to follow, it is minus C. And then what is cofactor of C? Minus B. Cofactor of D? A. And then after writing all cofactors, transpose it, then you get D minus B minus C A. Okay, adjoint of a square matrix of order 2 by 2 is D minus B minus C A. You can remember in another way also, for finding a 2 by 2 square matrix adjoint, we can remember another way also. That way is, because whenever if they ask directly, you write the adjoint, if it is MCQ, or sometimes in a long question you will have to use the adjoint of a square matrix of order 2 by 2. If the question is long, you cannot do, you don't need to do all these steps. If the question is long, you don't need to do all the steps whatever I have taken here. So, that time what we have to do? See, I am telling you how to find out the adjoint of a 2 by 2 matrix in a short way. Interchange the diagonal elements. A and D got interchanged. See, and then B and C got sign changed, minus B minus C. So, this point you remember, interchange the diagonal elements, sign change, interchange the diagonal elements. See, what we have to do? Interchange A and D, sign change B and C, then you get directly adjoint. The point is, interchange the diagonal elements, sign change the non-diagonal elements of a 2 by 2 matrix to get the adjoint. A. Hope you understand how to find out the adjoint in a short way also. Better you can write short way in any question, no problem, right. So, that is about adjoint of a 2 by 2 matrix. If it is adjoint of a 3 by 3 matrix is given, the matrix is 3 by 3. That is all. When it is like this is given, find out all the cofactors. A11 cofactor is capital A11, A12 cofactor is capital A12. You know how to find out the cofactors. All the cofactors write all the cofactors in row wise corresponding cofactors and transpose it. After finding that, transpose it, then you will get adjoint. But here it is a long process. You will have to find out the cofactors. That is quite long process. You will have to find out individually cofactors, determinants, minus criteria, everything you will have to follow. Carefully you will have to find out. Should not take risk at any time. Okay. So, calculations, you must be very strong in calculations also. So, now example, find the adjoint of the following matrix. Just see, we do find out using the formula or else interchange sign change criteria also we can follow. 2 and 3 got interchanged, it becomes 3 and 2. 4 and minus 7 become minus 4 and 7. So, that is adjoint. Otherwise, use the formula earlier which I said. Okay. That is adjoint of a square matrix of after 2 by 2. 3 by 3 matrix, 1 3 by 3 matrix also given here. How to find out its adjoint means individually see the matrix A is given, named is A. All cofactors we have to find out A11, A12, like earlier in exercise 4.4 what method you did. In that method you will have to find out all the cofactors A11 to A33. After finding, write all the cofactors in the adjoint, like adjoint A is equal to all the cofactors correspondingly write down and transpose it. Then you get the adjoint of the matrix. Now you understood how to find out the adjoint of the matrix. Adjoint of a matrix is a matrix. It is a transpose of a matrix obtained by replacing elements by their corresponding cofactors. That is the definition of adjoint. Okay. Now, what is the use? Why we are finding this adjoint actually? See, if you take the matrix and if you take the matrix A and see the matrix A and adjoint, the matrix A and adjoint A are there. If you multiply these A and adjoint A, if you multiply A and adjoint A, what is going to happen? Look, if A is any square matrix of order n, then A into adjoint A into A is equal to determinant of A into I. That is the magic. See, if you multiply a matrix and its adjoint, see matrix and adjoint, see A into adjoint A. If you multiply like this, the magic is, see, you are multiplying row with column. So, when I am multiplying row with column, here if you notice or do not notice, see once A11 is multiplied by its cofactor, A12 is multiplied by its cofactor, A13 is multiplied by its cofactor. That means, I told you the alternate definition of a cofactor. Alternate definition of a cofactor is, it is the sum of the products obtained by multiplying the elements of any row or column by their corresponding cofactors. That means, here A11, A12, A13 multiplied by the corresponding cofactors row with column. That means, it is determinant of A. That is alternate definition of determinant. If I do not multiply in the corresponding order, if I multiply like this, what happened? It is a statement, you can verify, you will get 0. So, because a first row corresponding cofactors are here, first column, but these are not the corresponding cofactors of the first row. What do you understand? A1, this is the first row. When I am multiplying with second row, second column, these elements corresponding cofactors are not this, these are the corresponding cofactors. Therefore, the determinant becomes 0. Similarly, the determinant 0, 2 to A2 to C, second row, second column, that time determinant will come. What happened? Second row, second column when I multiply, determinant of A will come. First row, first column when I multiply, determinant of A will come. Understood? First row, first column, determinant of A will come. And then if it is second row, second column, determinant of A will come. And if it is third row, third column determinant of A will come, understood. So, then after taking the determinant common from this matrix, you get 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 from the matrix, determinant of A into I, right. So, when I can take this determinant of A, when I can take determinant of A is common, when it is a non-zero element, if it is not equal to 0 only you take it, then only 1 0 1 1 1 1 will come, otherwise 1 will not come, do remember, okay. So, then definition, one more definition is given here. What is that? A square matrix A is said to be singular if determinant of A is equal to 0. Square matrix A is said to be singular if determinant of A is equal to 0, otherwise it is called non-singular. That means, if det A not equal to 0, what is the matrix? Is called non-singular matrix, okay. Det A not equal to 0, then the matrix is called non-singular matrix. What is inverse of a matrix? For inverse of a matrix, if a non-singular matrix A is a non-singular matrix, then A inverse can be defined as 1 by det A into adjoint A. This inverse of the matrix you found by using matrices elementary transformations in chapter 3, but here by using the determinant concept and the adjoint concept, you can easily find out inverse of the matrix instead of taking many steps for a 3 by 3 matrix. Many steps you will take or not? Instead of that, you can do by using A inverse is equal to 1 by det A into adjoint A is the formula for finding inverse of the matrix. Of that formula has come. I can take the explanation by doing the previous property. It is A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into det A. If det A is not equal to 0, since A is a non-singular matrix, det A not equal to 0, I can divide here and here for the equation, entire equation divided by det A. So, that what happened, we got in the format A B is equal to B A is equal to I. That means A inverse is B. That means A inverse is equal to B means here, instead of B I wrote here this one, instead of adjoint A by det A we wrote B. So, the A inverse is equal to 1 by det A into adjoint A, but this A, in this method you can find out the inverse when det A is equal to not equal to 0, means A is a non-singular matrix. There also in the elementary row column transformations also, while doing transformations you will get entire row or column become 0, that time you conclude that inverse does not exist. But in this case you can directly say, after finding the determinant, if it is equal to 0 you can say inverse does not exist. If determinant not equal to 0 you can say that inverse exists. That is simply logic, you can remember the simple logic. That means, now you know how to find out determinant, you know how to find out adjoint. So, you know how to find out A inverse. This is a very easy method for finding inverse of a matrix actually, instead of finding elementary transformations. But elementary transformation question is important for as a 6 marker. The question will be asked, using matrix elementary transformations find the inverse of the matrix. That time it was a 6 marker, that time you should not use this method. If they do not mention that, find only A inverse, it can be a 2 mark questions. That time you should not use elementary transformations. So, you should be thorough in finding inverse by using transformations as well as by using adjoint method also, determinants and adjoint method also, remember. Okay. Next, one example is given, verify A into adjoint A. Verify A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into A is equal to det A into I. Very first find out determinant, A it has come. Just see that, take a pause and see the calculations, how I did it, you know already how to find out the determinant. Then find the adjoint using the method cofactors. You can have these calculations and all by taking a right rough side column, here you can do the calculations. So, what you can do, for example, you need to do the calculations of these, all calculations are needed. Draw a line and then here you find out all A11, A12, like that you find out all values and put here. Then do transpose, otherwise usual method you find out adjoint also. Do transpose and after doing transpose you get the adjoint. Then afterwards they are asking us to verify this result. What they are asking, verify this result. Means you do that, A into adjoint A first, you get like this 8i, since 8 is the determinant already seen. Next adjoint A into A, you get same 8i. Take a pause and see particularly. Then you get det A into I, A into adjoint A is equal to adjoint A into A is equal to det A into I, hence verified. Now inverse का formula क्या? What is the formula for inverse? A inverse is equal to 1 by det A into adjoint A. So which is 1 by 8, which is 1 by 8 into adjoint A. Then divide 8 for each and every element which are inside the matrix. Then you get the answer A inverse we found. And one more special type of example for finding A inverse. For finding what? For finding A inverse, one more special example is there. You neither use elementary transformations nor use determinant and adjoint method. Without using elementary transformations, without using determinant and adjoint, there will be a special type of example which they are asking directly to find out the inverse, how it is. See, look, show that, what is that? Show that this matrix satisfies, okay, A square minus 4A plus I equal to null matrix, where I and null matrix are there, 2 by 2 matrices, those are. Using this equation, whatever it is there, no equation, find A inverse. That is the special type. That means they are not asking by that methods which we done earlier. Definitely they are asking. I will explain you definitely how to find out this inverse. First of all, you know how to prove it, no? You know very well how to prove this one, means we know. First find out A square, A into A, normal multiplications, row with column, then row with column, like that you multiply and write all, right? You know very well about the matrix multiplication. Then after that find out A square minus 4A plus I, then we are proved here null matrix. After proving the null matrix, whether my calculations are right or not, you can take a pause and see. After proving that null matrix, now they are asking to find out, see, now they are asking to find out inverse by using this equation. Which equation? Equation which you had. See, write the equation first. What is that? Write the equation. A square means what? A into A minus 4A plus I equals. Post multiplication means what? Multiply right side of the equation, or left side also you can multiply. Better to multiply always right side. A inverse on all the sides. Because when you multiply A inverse for all the sides, first find out determinant A not equal to 0 here. So that's why you can multiply. Post multiplication we have done. After doing the first multiplication A inverse for entire equation like this, use the associative property A into AA inverse minus 4 into AA inverse plus IA inverse is equal to null matrix into any matrix is null matrix. We get AA inverse. AA inverse is I, because a matrix and its inverse is multiplied to get the identity matrix. Here also identity matrix. I into A inverse. Identity matrix into any matrix we get the same matrix is equal to null matrix. Now, in this particular equation, you can see A inverse. Can you see A inverse? Isolate it. Make a subject A inverse. So, A inverse is equal to minus 4i that side 4i, ai that side ai, minus ai. So, then calculate 4i minus a, we get this is the inverse. And now, so the note, there is a note here, if A and B are non-singular matrices, then AB, BA, A inverse, B inverse, AB whole inverse, BA whole inverse, all these matrices are non-singular only. And one more property, AB whole inverse is B inverse into A inverse. You may ask to verify this by giving two matrices A and B. You know how to find out inverses and all, multiplications and all. Determinant of K A is equal to K power n into determinant of A. That means I say K we cannot take outside of the determinant. We have to write K power n, because matrix A K A means K will be multiplied for all. But determinant K means we cannot multiply for all the elements, no? Row only we can multiply. That is why when you multiply to all the rows of this in matrix to K, so when it is coming outside row wise we take K power n into determinant of A will come. The properties you remember. Okay. Determinant of adjoint A is determinant of A power n minus 1, where n is the order of the matrix. Determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B, and determinant of A inverse will be 1 by determinant of A. Some properties, special properties, every year they are asking 1 or 2 questions based on this properties, very important. These all properties are very important. Also determinant of A transpose will be equal to same as determinant of A. These all properties are very important properties which they are using. They are giving the questions 1 or 2 questions, they are giving objective questions, 1 or 2 objective questions they are giving. So very important. Please remember by heart the formulas, you will get very easily, you can understand it. Thank you very much everyone. Hope you understand whatever I explained today. It is useful. Do hard work, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much. Thank you.